Aliana Andres Cucujo, and today I will talk about the physiological changes in pregnancy. So first would be the reproductive system changes. So first is yung uterine change. So yung uterine change, yung uterus nag-increase siya in size, yung length, yung width, as well as yung weight niya. So yung uterus will be able to return to its original size after pregnancy, and yung uterine blood flow is also nag-i-increase. Dito, stated din yung bimanual examination as well as yung Braxton Hicks contraction. So next would be the amenorrhea or yung absence of menstruation. So for the ovarian change naman, yung ovulation nagsa-stop siya because of the production of the estrogen as well as the progesterone. So next is the cervical change. For the cervical change naman, nagiging mas vascular yung cervix ng isang pregnant mom, and edematous or nagiging swollen. Tapos nagkakaroon siya ng mucus called the operculum that protects the fetus from any infection. Tapos yung systemic changes naman, changes occurs in all the body systems. So for the vaginal change, nagkakaroon ng increased vaginal secretions pH level. Before pregnancy, alkaline siya, which is greater than 7. Then during pregnancy, it is 4 or 5 pH level, or considered na siya as acidic. So sa endocrine system naman, all aspects increases during pregnancy to support of the fetal growth. Next would be the immune system. So the immune system of a pregnant mom decreases, causing them to become more prone sa infection. Next would be the changes in breast. So dito, nag-i-increase ng size and more tender yung breast nila. Tapos nagkakaroon din ng visible na blue veins dun sa mammary nila, and yung areola nagda-darkens. Next would be the integumentary change. So here, yung striae gravidarum, nagkakaroon ng kamot yung mother, tapos nagiging stria albicans siya or nagla-lightening siya during the months after birth. Tapos next is yung diastasis, or yung hindi nagsistretch yung abdominal wall ng isang mom. That would be the linea nigra, or yung brown line dun sa abdomen ni mother. Next would be the melasma, or the freckle-like spots na nag-occur dun sa face ni mother. Mas kilala din nito sa tawag na mask of pregnancy. Yung vascular spiders naman, ito yung mga varicose na nagde-develop sa thighs ng isang pregnant mom. Then yung palmar erythema is yung pamumula ng palms ng isang mother. Tapos during pregnancy rin, nagkakaroon sila ng increased perspiration, or more likely pawisin yung mga pregnant mom. So for the skeletal system, nagkakaroon ng softening ng pelvic ligaments as well as ng joints for preparation dun sa paglabas ng fetus. Then the baby, Next would be the excessive mobility of joints that can cause discomfort dun sa mga pregnant mom. Tapos dito rin, nagkakaroon din ng lordosis yung mga pregnant mom that can cause chronic backache sa kanila. Next would be the respiratory changes. First is yung nasopharyngeal congestion, or yung stuffiness na minsan napagkakamalan nilang allergies or cold. Dito, nahihirapan yung mga mother na huminga kasi nga yung uterus nag-i-increase in size, causing the increased pressure dun sa diaphragm tsaka sa lungs ng isang pregnant mom. Tapos, dito din, dahil nga lumalaki yung uterus, yung mother, nagkakaroon siya ng more rapid breathing rate, tapos nagkakaroon siya ng chronic feeling of shortness in breath, or nahihirapan silang huminga. And nagkakaroon din ng mild hyperventilation yung isang mom to maintain the pH level and to compensate the shifting of carbon dioxide from the fetus. Then, nag-increase din yung pH as it enhances the hemoglobin binding capacity, and nag-raise din yung oxygen sa blood that benefits the fetal development.
So good day, my name is Sophia Teresa Mercader, and I'm going to be talking about the continuation for the physiological changes of pregnancy. So now we're going to be talking about temperature. So when in times of pregnancy, nagkakaroon changes ng temperature sa mother, and specifically dahil yun sa hormones niya. And yung hormones niya can be elevate or decrease. So, yung nagbabago is yung progesterone. So, in changes in whole, it can affect the intervals ng temperature ng mother. So, during ovulation, ang temperature ni mother is nag-increase. And kapag ito'y nandun sa 16th week na ng pregnancy stage, nag-decrease na siya. Ang pinaka-baseline data dapat ng temperature ni mother is 36.5 to 37 degrees Celsius. And kapag ito'y nagkaroon ng pagbabago or sudden change, pwede siyang maging risk of pregnancy, pero small percentage lang. So next is the pregnancy discomfort. So it is basically changes of physical, emotional, and psychological well-being of the mother. So as the body adjusts, nakaka-encounter siya ng different discomforts such as sa physical change, nagkakaroon siya ng headaches or fatigue. So ang headaches and fatigue, nararamdaman niya na to bago pa niya malaman na pregnant siya. So, nagiging early symptom siya para malaman mo kung pregnant ka. And as well as yung morning sickness and also yung sudden mood change. So, nagbabago rin yung physical appearance ni mother, like yung swelling of the breast dahil sa production niya ng milk and yung pagsisiklit niya to ng milk. And also, nakakaramdam din siya ng pain sa abdomen and sudden urge to urinate. Dahil na rin dito sa pagkakaroon niya nung baby niya sa tummy. And afterwards, nagkakaroon pa siya ng iba-iba pang changes such as yung congestion of bloody nose, bleeding gums, flu-like body aches, backaches, hemorrhoid, and also varicose veins. So, next naman is yung muscle cramp. So, muscle cramp or Charlie horse, ito yung pinaka-common na discomfort na mararamdaman ni mother. So, nagkakaroon ng involuntary contraction sa muscle, specifically yung lower extremities niya or sa calves. So, it makes it hard para kay mother na gumawa ng mga activities and such dahil na nagkakaroon ng sudden pain siyang nararamdaman. So, this happens because of the sudden weight change and also yung blood flow and yung circulation ng blood is nababago. So, paano ba natin matitreat ang muscle cramp? So, as nurses, dapat ine-educate natin yung mga mothers ng mga interventions para maibsan natin yung discomfort na nararamdaman nila. And also, dapat i-remind natin yung nutritional intake nila and also fluid imbalance. So, prone sila sa dehydration kapag nangyari. And yung mga vitamins and minerals na kinakailangan nila para ma-decrease na yung pangyayari ng muscle cramps. Next is hypotension. Pwede rin itong mangyari dahil din sa sudden changes sa hormones ni mother. Kaya nagkakaroon ng lower blood pressure siyang nararamdaman. So, while the normal blood pressure is important to staying healthy, nagkakaroon ng changes dahil dito, nagkakaroon siya ng underlying condition. So, as early as malaman niyang pregnant siya, dapat nagkakaroon na ng daily check-ups para ma-assess kung may possibility or early detection for pre-eclampsia. Kapag nakakaramdam na ng discomfort si mother, dapat i-encourage natin siya na mag-relax para ma-decrease na yung pangyayari na pwede mag-lower yung blood pressure. Then lastly is yung varicosities, came from the word varus or twisted. From the word itself, twisted, yung ugat niya mismo is parang nagkakaroon ng zigzag or cross or twisted yung appearance niya. Commonly, hindi siya harmless kay mother, pero kapag nagtuloy-tuloy yung pregnancy niya or nagkakaroon siya ng multiple pregnancies, pwedeng mas lalong lumala yung varicosities niya. So, this happens when uterus apply pressure to the large vein carries blood back to the heart from the feet or lungs. So, nangyayari ito dahil sa sudden changes niya sa weight, dahil na rin dito nadadagdagan yung weight niya dahil kay baby. Dahil din, nagkakaroon din ng sudden hormonal change and such. So, temporary lang naman ang varicosities, pero gaya na nasabi ko, pwede siya lumala kapag nagkakaroon ng multiple pregnancies. So, that ends with our report. Thank you for listening.